Capricorn, this is your biggest issue that you will be facing in 2026. What's the card for Capricorns out there? Pioneer. I'm not surprised. I'm not. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. All right. I pre-shuffled the cards, so let's get your tarot reading. For you, I've got the Magician reversed, Seven of Wands, King of Pentacles reversed, one more, Queen of Wands. Okay, well, okay, we'll get to that, whatever that was. Magician reversed. Feeling that you don't have everything that you need to move forward, but feeling like you have the higher ground, something to say, something that you believe in, passion, purpose with the Seven of Wands. So I think here we're seeing this kind of dichotomy between the King of Pentacles, which is like needing more resource assets. If you wanted to start a business or something like that, it's like, okay, well, I need investment, something to that nature. And then we have the Queen of Wands upright, which is the passion, the purpose, the confidence as well, importantly. So that's the biggest issue you're facing this year. So let's see. And then Knight of Swords at the reverse is wanting to help, wanting to charge in and take action and make it happen. So pretty fired up about this, whatever it is. So what's the biggest challenge facing Capricorn in this issue? Justice, keeping things balanced and fair, maybe a legal matter, getting all the P's and Q's in their proper places. Fool reversed. Seriousness. Interesting. Two of Cups at the base. Could be a partnership or could be impacting your relationship. Whatever this new thing is that you're trying to do. So let's get some more information. Why is this happening now for Capricorn? The Devil. King of Cups. Eight of Cups reversed. So, oh, okay. The immediate thing that comes to mind is wanting to clean up something that has been polluted because you've taken a compassionate eye towards it. So this could mean so many different things to different people. This could be about helping those who are in need. This could be about cleaning up an environment. This could be helping the sick or the injured in terms of like maybe nursing or therapy, healthcare in some way. But it's like you have compassion for those who are stuck, or for things that are stuck, things that have been made toxic. So again, it's a general reading. Take what makes sense to you, but this is the basis of it all, is that you have a desire to clean and to aid and repair or rehabilitate things that are sick, injured, toxic, damaged, stuck. Okay. What's the most recent thing to have happened to create this issue or lead up to this issue? Strength. Awesome. So it's a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, things that come naturally to Capricorns. Well, not naturally is not doing you justice. Things that are Capricorn themes, to be certain. Something that a Capricorn's life will lead them in that direction to be persistent and to have the payoff and work really hard at something that is very important and to do so in delicate ways and nuanced ways, moving intelligently with it. Knight of Wands reverse is like lacking in enthusiasm and motivation, not the caring about it. Okay, and then the world, right? So we're trying to bring something to the world or come out into the world with this new thing, or with this. It may not even be new. I'm not getting a lot of new cards. It could be something that you've been working on for a while, actually. So then it's here where it's like you're not quite inspired or charged up on where to go next, but it doesn't mean you haven't stopped caring about it. So what's Capricorn thinking about through this big issue that they're facing in 2026? What's on their mind? Continue the journey of working. Just keep working at it. Keep chipping away at it. Keep doing the thing. Okay. Seven of Cups, but uncertain. There's lots of possibilities. There could be some confusion or delusion. Things are kind of at a slowdown with the Eight of Wands reversed. Okay, and the Six of Wands reversed, maybe feeling some feeling of setback or still feeling out in the cold isolation. Like the achievement hasn't been met here yet. And so you're thinking a lot about it. You're wondering why have you reached this kind of crossroads? You're still working hard and it feels like there's a lot of options here. Maybe you're not getting enough attention to what you're doing or you know, enough bookings or grants, opportunities, job offers, XYZ, things like that. And so there's some the roadblock here for you, and what you're thinking is, how do we get to the next level? How do we get to the full self-actualization and the happiness? Where's the joy in it? You know, I have this vision. I want to keep it going, but I'm kind of running out of steam here. Judgment reverse flies out. Okay, Six of Cups reversed at the base. There's something here about giving for the sake of giving that has not yet occurred to you to harness that. There needs to be a reckoning that is forthcoming but isn't here yet, like an aha moment. So you're looking for that aha moment. So what does Capricorn need to do next to move smoothly for their highest good through this issue? Yeah, it's like feelings of self-doubt just came up there. Quit talking to the people who just take and take and take. They don't have any opportunities for you, and they're not willing to do what it takes to move forward, move forward, move forward, move forward. They cannot. It's the reverse, if anything. Yeah, it's the unconditional love comes back. Who has a passion for this project? Who has a passion for helping? Whose heart and soul is truly in this, whatever it is that you're doing? Those are the people that you need to be looking to. If they're all talk and no action, and they just keep saying, okay, well, we need more funds, or we need more time, you know, we need more of your time, we need more of your assets. You've got to cut some of these people off and out. They don't have a good vision or the right vision. They're not willing to do what it takes. They're not willing to see the details in the situation either. They're, you know, there's only so much effort any of these people of this nature are willing to put into it. And they are going to create more setbacks. And I also feel that like your compassion for others is kind of getting in the mix here, where there needs to be a divide and separation between compassion for the goal, compassion for humanity as a whole, compassion for nature, or whatever it is that you're working towards, right? But then it's like, who can really help, and who's just dead weight? I feel like I can talk to y'all like that. You understand what I'm talking about. You know, who are the ones that actually have something to offer and to give here? It's something that I don't already have. Okay, you already have a lot of compassion and interest and your skill set, whatever that might be. You're looking for the people who have something to offer that are outside of your skill set, but the commonality of the purpose is very deeply felt, whatever that may be for you, your purpose. So it's definitely a story about, you know, there's just people involved here that need to go. Okay. What's the word of warning for Capricorn around their big issue? Lovers reverse. Irreconcilable differences lead to a crash and burn, a major end. Again, with the Five of Pentacles here. You know, you're not going to reach the insider space. You're not going to get inside the church. You're not going to reach, you know, the Five of Pentacles reversed to me. Oh, Ten of Cups, ultimate emotional fulfillment right behind. This card reverse means to me that you've reached a pinnacle. You're the insider. You're you're healthy and everything's working and firing on all cylinders, and there's acceptance and recognition, and people know what you're about and they're seeking you out and they want you around, and you know, there's some irreconcilable differences here that need to come to a major end. And if that's in the warning, that's all you really need to look at. You got some dead weight around you, my dear. Okay, how will you know them? Because the next position is the people involved. How will Capricorn know who it is? The sun. First of all, it should be pretty clear. You should already know. But also, these people are pretty happy-go-lucky. King of Swords, they could be an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They may be scientist, mathematician, computer scientist, tech. They could be in law, in communications. Okay, and they always have ideas. They always have ideas. Ooh, Empress at the deck. They take it easy. Okay, these people, life has come pretty easily to them. They haven't had to work very hard for what they have, um, and they rest on their laurels. Let's put it that way. They do not have your work ethic. They're smart. They're smart as shit. They really are, and they have a good attitude, but they always have some kind of different idea about. And in a lot of ways, this can be good. Like, they have good qualities here. I see this as being a person with good qualities, but it's coming up as the person that there are irreconcilable differences that will lead to an end of what your purpose and what you're trying to make manifest. So I understand why you had them around in the first place and why they're still around, but this is something that's kind of escaped a little bit of your awareness right here with the Judgment reversed off the rip, is that they don't have the necessary work ethic. I think their attitude could be good for some things, but it's tough to say. There's just something, again, Lover's reverse, irreconcilable differences. I think that you probably understand why this won't work more than I do in this reading, but this is the person, this King of Swords person. It's gonna be a little painful, I'm sure. They're a nice person. They are, and they have some good ideas, but okay, so it's a lot of their ideas just add more fucking chaos to the mix. Your purpose and vision needs to come first, and be held up as the be all end all. And they're too much of an ideas person and not as much of a get it done person. That's it right there, honey. What's your word of solace for this situation? Yeah, there's always going to be new connections or even existing ones that'll still be there to help. You don't always have to juggle it all yourself. There are others that can help balance it out and make it happen, work together cohesively. Anything else for them? You don't have to just accept whatever's offered first. You can be choosy. You know what's right. Ace of fucking Swords, man. You know what's what. You have your passion and your purpose. You have the work ethic. You've done the work. You've put in the effort. You've done everything right. It's the people around you have to be very meticulously chosen. And especially with the Four of Cups, I've even gotten this for myself when I applied to a job and I was rejected, where they were just like, we could do better. They probably could. I probably would have quit pretty quick on that job, to be honest with you. So, yeah, you could do better. Is the end of that story? You could do better. You can find the better fit than this person. Nice as they are, it's just not a good fit. It's not stable. Knight of Pentacles reverse. It has diminishing returns. It's unsteady money. It's not for the long term. Okay. So what's the end result if Capricorn attends to all of these matters for their highest good and does what's needed to be done? It's going to make you feel bad. It's going to make you feel bad for sure. Nine of Swords and Star reversed. 10 of Wands. You're still going to carry that torch and be even closer to your goal, though. I think, something about their energy did bring a lot of positivity and you know, happy, 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 happy to the situation. And I think that'll be missed. But without, you know, the clear-minded one direction, following your lead, you know, the time for ideas is over, and the time for implementation is here. So things could feel a little bit less shiny and bright without them around. And I'm sure that's what's giving you pause towards letting them go and everything, or severing ties in whatever way that makes sense to you. But it will free yourself slowly but surely from a situation that's reached a stalemate or stagnant point in the situation, and eventually have victory there with Ace of Swords forward in the reading. So yeah, it's gonna hurt, but they, you know, if you're like in that position to give them a little severance or a little, you know, I'll give you a good recommendation or something like that, you know, it could help. But I think at the end of the day, you know, they're not in it for the long haul, and you need to make space for new people who do fit what you're looking for a little bit better, to push it that much further. Create a new identity. Embrace change and rediscover yourself, crafting a narrative aligned with your true essence. Interesting. Learning secrets. Stay open-minded and receptive as you uncover hidden truths and embrace the lessons that they offer. Okay, so with these two together, it's kind of telling a story of, you know, at the base of this, the identity is the compassionate one, the compassionate leader, the emotional leader. And what's needed here to really make sure that this vision comes to fruition is a little bit more severity, or logic, realness, a willingness to make the hard decisions to make this thing happen, whatever it is. And part of seeing yourself that way may be difficult now, but it's important to know that, you know, you've got to be the thorn and the rose. As far as the learning secrets, you know, when you're sitting and listening to a reading like this, it's important to consider it and hold it out here, right? Like, or whatever. Okay, not just my reading, like any new information from anywhere. You hold it out here and you say, is that true? Let me see. And you kind of compare and contrast and think more about it. And if you find enough evidence to support it, then there you go. You're open to it. You can integrate it, and then you can take action on it. If you find that you're trying to make it fit and it doesn't really, or if you're saying, you know what, I don't really see it that way, then you can reject it and you can let it go. But the main focus of this is taking different perspectives, a different perspective into consideration. I don't think you have any problem with taking different perspectives into consideration. That's what this person's been doing all this time. What's important is to consider seeing things differently if you were a little bit more removed from the situation. Like for me, I can say, hey, this person, as wonderful as they are, they're holding you back. It's easy for me to say that. I don't know them. This isn't my life. I'm going to go on and do another reading after this, you know, and go on with my own personal life. Like, it's much easier to be a third party and stand outside and say these things. It's more difficult for you based on the emotionality that's involved. So it's important now to kind of take a step back and consider things as objectively as you can. The coin, card number 55. Sign of wealth and prosperity. You deserve a life in which you thrive. To allow prosperity into your life, you're going to have to break from the limiting belief that your fate is to live in scarcity. Prosperity is not only a state of mind, but it starts there. You cannot get something unless you think you can deserve or achieve it. With this message in mind, receive the golden coin today as a sign that the universe wants you to thrive and have a prosperous life. Pay attention to this sign in your daily life. And if you encounter a little coin, pick it up and be grateful for it, regardless of its value. Picking it up means you accept the guidance being offered by the universe. All right. I think you've been working pretty damn hard on all of this, and the universe wants to let you know that it can and should be easier. It can and should be easier. And having the right people around you can make all the difference. People that are willing to put in the effort and not just be like this idea, that idea, and confuse and conflate the whole situation. Okay, you have all these ideas, go do your own thing. Start your own thing, all right? With love, with respect. Go do your own thing, because you need people that are going to, you know, put their head down and do the work. You must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. And you're forgiving yourself here, like genuinely forgiving yourself for letting them go. It's again, irreconcilable differences. This person needs to be rounding up others to do their own project. They have no place in yours. They are trying to co-opt it, and it's not any kind of negative thought process or anything like that. And they're probably really inspired by you and the leadership and like the process, you know. We're doing things, we're getting stuff done, but it's like, are we really getting stuff done? Because all you do is yap about all these ideas, and yet I don't see you doing any fucking work. You got to forgive yourself for letting this person go. You know, your purpose, and I'm getting a text, you know, it can really be a lot simpler than you're making it. I know it's hard, but this attachment to it is gonna lead to the end of the whole project if you're not careful, because it'll just stagnate it out. Yep. Yep. Okay. If you like that, check out my other readings. I have rising sign readings every single month for life checkups. And I also have love and relationship readings for Venus signs every single month. Hopefully that was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a like or subscribe. I really appreciate you. Good luck to you. You're getting close, man. Good luck. Take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.